I'll keep that one. There we go. And I'm live. Da, 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 da. Good morning, everybody. And welcome back to Being Scottish Fitness. We're going to sit there and have a different type of breakfast. So there was a sale at County Market. Well, not something I've really had in the past, but they had some smoked sausage. And these are only for $1.99. So for $1.99, I said, limit 4, I got 4 of them. Now, I had one for lunch yesterday at work. So today, because unfortunately I'm out of bacon, it's a sad day. Saturday we'll go to Hy-Vee and I'll restock up. So not just having just eggs, because remember, always have eggs, the incredible edible egg. And I did get me some fresh eggs. There we go. From the neighbor, picked up another 2 dozen. So I'm looking forward to that. And he's got some chickens that hopefully that they've ever been raising. Chuck Norris look. Yep. Hey, remember, Chuck Norris accounted to infinity twice. Daryl, how we doing? Thanks for popping in. I love those Chuck Norris ones. Yeah. Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. Chuck Norris pushes the earth away. You got to have fun with those. Man's a great athlete. Still in great shape. Never got to meet him, but I'd like to meet him. It's one of the few people that would probably be cool to meet. You know, but it's not necessarily on my bucket list, but if it happens, hey, that's pretty cool. So cook with cast iron again. I'm going to have to talk with the boy because I suspect he cleaned him with a little soap yesterday. We don't ever do that. That's a no-no. So today, it's going to be smoked sausage and eggs. So the smoked sausage is already pre-cooked, so all I'm going to do is just kind of saute it in some butter, set it off the side, and then we'll cook the rest of our eggs scrambled. Last night, and I was talking about this yesterday, because of the workouts I'm doing, when I come home at 11:30 at night, my body's still saying I need nutrients. So I've been having a blended shake, which will consist of milk, eggs, and a banana. And that gets me protein for the nighttime. Now, when I was really into this, huge, yeah, here you go. I like that. I hope so. Thank you, Daryl. When I was really into lifting, even more so than I am now, I mean, I was lifting 3 hours a day, 6 days a week, 3 on, 1 off, 3 on, 1 off religiously. Nothing happened on my workout day until I got done with my workout. I was working a regular job from 7 to 3, and I'd be home by 3:30. I'd work out till 6:30, and then make dinner, and then if we wanted to go out, we'd go out. But I was eating a lot of food, and I was doing all sorts of protein. I would take a casein protein shake at night because it releases slowly. I was taking aminos. I was taking this everything that was available over the counter. Then I finally got to the point saying, is all this stuff necessary? Now, at the time, it might have been because of the volume of work I was doing. And I did get results, but it got to the point where I got a 10-pound box of bacon for $13. That's cheap. $13? Wow, that's a great price. Where'd you get that at? At 10 Box. Oh, is that a website, 10 Box? Yeah, you told me that. They didn't finish half of it. I would have finished it. That looks good. Maybe not a fan of the broccoli, but I can eat broccoli. But that did look delicious. That would have been a real nice dinner for me. Store chain here. Oh, okay. That sounds like a pretty good price. Number 10 can of bacon. I have to have a picture of that on one of your videos, Ark Wildman, so I can see what that looks like. That'd be pretty cool. But making dinner is always good to do too. Like I said, you got to have the nutrition. So yesterday I did legs. So I did squat yesterday. Ate all of his. Well, yeah, Milo's got that metabolism, I'm thinking, that I used to have. But about the time I was 40, it went, see ya. I mean, I still have metabolism. It's just not as fast. He's a skinny fat man. It's an oxymoron. Yesterday I did legs and then I did arms. So it was a pretty good workout. I'm feeling more comfortable with the depth I'm getting in squats. And even though I didn't go up weight, funny guy. Even though I didn't go up on weight, my form was better and my speed was better. So I'm going to keep working on that. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Although it was destroyed in a day. No, just kidding. So first of all, we're going to slice up the sausages. And I did, like I said, I did have 2 of these for lunch at work yesterday. Kind of just a one type of meal. It was like more of just a carnivore diet, which I usually have, but I do have Greek yogurt at work too. And I finished up on the cottage cheese. I'm going to switch from the cottage cheese to the Greek yogurt just to cut down on carbs, because I want to get this a little bit slimmer. But first of all, we will get the frying pan heated up. So I'm going to set it on a medium heat and let it get warm. Now, I don't know what the weather is by you. I know Fat Man's probably like 95 degrees, but we actually had a frost warning last night. When I got home, it was like 38 degrees, and it was chilly willy, but we still didn't turn the furnace on. The house does hold a lot of heat. We do get a lot of sun in through the front windows, which will bring the house up to about 67, 66 degrees during the day, and then it will hold. It was 58 this morning. So all I did is I turned on, I have a little electric heater in the living room. We have a nice infrared one in the bedroom. And then I just kick on a burner here in the kitchen, and it'll bring it up to a comfortable temperature really quick. And then by noon, the house will probably be around 64 degrees again. So just, trying to survive Bidenomics, so I don't have to buy, liquid propane until hopefully come fall time. On the other front, it is starting to get warmer. And work is getting to be kind of enjoyable only because of the chaos that's going on there. It's like I'm watching a show eating popcorn. We're freaking out over there. We're having a meltdown over there. So it's kind of funny, a little off subject, but it kind of comes with discipline. We had a bunch of people walked off the third shift because of absenteeism. So if you miss so many days, what they do is they give you 3 days off without pay. And then after that, I think they do it one more time. And after that, you've got it permanently off. We had 50 hours of Y time reload on April 8th. So that's like 6 days and 2 hours. 80% of the plant has used it all up. I've used 8 hours. I used it for 1 day, and that was it. It's inconceivable. That word don't mean what you think it means. Well, in this case, it does. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these sausages. I'm going to slice it up. Kind of like it's like a really big hot dog. Ray, behave. And what's nice about this is what may not get ate right away. Of course, I got the sun here, so there's not much chance of that happening. But here's where you take advantage of sales when you see it. So $1.99, you can't say no to that. So like I said, it's pre-cooked, so all I'm doing is really heating it. At work, I had to microwave it, which is usually not the way I like to reheat stuff, but I am limited to what I can do at work. If there's anything, I can use either a little olive oil to cook it in or butter. I do like to use butter. It's better than seed oils. And it will be good for when I do the eggs, which I have right here. Let me see, I've got 6 eggs here. Yeah, I got plenty of eggs. So what I do is I try to, I'm gonna swap these out. I try to use different types of eggs for different things. When I do scrambled eggs, I like to use the ones I get from the neighbor because they're a lot richer. Hey, Country Monster, how we doing? They've been seeing it ever since they were kids, so you know, I imagine just like any other son of somebody who's famous, they don't think of anything out of the norm because they kind of see it all the time. Son's extremely strong too. I mean, he doesn't go at it like I do, but that's okay. You know, I really didn't start getting really insanely about it until around about the time I was 30. But I always did lift, and it comes and goes in that. But I don't know about semi-stardom, but I appreciate the thought. It was really a nice experience when I went to the Arnold with my son, and we weren't in the arena for more than 5 minutes, and I had a young man, Justin, come up and say hi to me and thank me for the videos and that really made me feel good. You know, I come up there with his fiance and introduced and we talked a little bit, took a picture, and I posted that, and I now follow him on Instagram, and he's a fine young man, and that really made my day. And then I had another young man later on come up and shook my hand and thanked me for the videos and that, and it's those things like that that really is why I do these videos, not for the attention, but that they get motivated to get in shape. And I think when you're motivated to get in shape, regardless of what you're doing, whether it's just walking and that, I had one guy, and Tony, if you're watching me, I think sometimes you just try to get people to click on you because you say something silly. He says, well, walking's not exercise. Yes, walking is exercise. Absolutely. Hey, just how you doing? More mass? Yes. Carbs and protein will definitely add to more mass. As long as you're doing the work, as long as you're doing the work on that. I found helpful at times, and I've only had to do it a few times, where I go get a weight gainer. Now with the weight gainers, they want you to use like 4 scoops into it. And I use half. Otherwise, you're just making pudding. Which if you make it a pudding, I guess that's fine too. But yeah, carbs will help you put on the mass. Now it might put on some other mass that you don't want. You got to be careful about that. And it comes with activity. The younger you are and the higher your metabolism, probably the easier you can do that. But yes, carbs will give you mass. That's why I'm trying to lower my belly by cutting back on my carbs. So I got the frying pan nice and heated. Got a little butter in there. We're going to throw in the smoked sausage, not to cook it, basically just to reheat it. It's already cooked. Holy moly. So basically, I just gonna let it cook about a couple minutes on each side, just to kind of firm up the taste. I'm not going to add any spices to it because the flavor should be in well, whatever they do with the process of smoking it. There we go. And I had it yesterday for lunch at work, and it was pretty good. Like I said, for $1.99 for a package, it was a no-brainer. But yeah, carb rate will definitely do it. Older you are, probably less carb you need, but carb will help you provide the mass. You need the energy, and you need the protein, and you need the exercise. But also remember, you need to rest. If you're not getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep at night, or whenever you do it, if you're on a different shift, then your body doesn't have time to do all the repairs it needs to do. And it needs to do the repairs. It absolutely has to have the repairs. So, but the gain weight, a weight gainer shake is usually good. And then lots of protein, lots of nutrition. But remember, the weight gainer shake is still a supplement. The supplement means we are adding to our diet. We're not replacing our diet. We're adding to it. Just like the vitamins and minerals that I take is not replacing a healthy diet. It is adding to it. It's making sure that I get everything I need in case I miss out on my diet. But once you understand it, that is the role of a supplement, is to enhance what you're eating, not to replace. A lot of times people say, well, I'm replacing my meal with a Ensure. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would recommend that maybe have an Ensure with your meal. Or instead of having a snack, have an Ensure. And I use the word Ensure because it's well advertised. You can get it anywhere. And especially when you're older and people's appetites may not be where it is, it's a great way to help you get the protein, vitamins, and minerals that you need. But it's not to replace, it's to move it in there. You're most welcome. I do a lot of research on this, and if I do get something asked that I don't know the answer to, what I will do is I will do the research over the next couple of days and then bring it out in my next video. So on kind of an offside, we're going to talk about humor. We're going to talk about the ability to laugh at things. So every now and then I'll see something funny on Facebook and I'll share it. Sometimes I forget that it shares on my Instagram also. And so I did one that I thought was humorous. And I had people going, "Oh, you're going to make this political now?" I said, no, it was a joke. It was humorous. I thought it was about weightlifting. It was a joke. It was to make people laugh. All right. Grow a pair. So I had to delete it off the Instagram because I was triggering too many people. The world used to not be that way. You used to be able to joke just about anything as long as it was tasteful. All right. Next month, I got a 12-pack of Coors Light daily. I'm hoping that you will help me reduce my 12 down to a 6-pack by summertime. Ping. And that is known as humor. I have a buddy who would always buy Coors Ultralight. And I asked him, why did you do that? He says, it's the closest thing I can get to water, but still say I'm drinking a beer. That made sense. Because when I drink a light beer versus when I drink an IPA, the amount of beers I can have before I got to say, oh, we're done, is greatly reduced. So in an IPA, I will have 2, and I'm done. In a light beer, I can have 6. No problem. The alcohol content has a lot to do with it. So I got that cooking. So now I'll just kind of mix it up. And all I'm doing is just kind of reheating it and throwing a little flavor in there. And then I'll set this off to the side. Come on, get in there. And I always cook on low. Because low, on most cases, the way to go, unless you're doing a steak on a grill and you want to sear it again, and then you want to slow it down. I'll be right back. up. So now that I got that going, what I'll do is I'll bring out the plates. And one bowl. And the bowl I'll put in there, and we can serve it the way we want. So when I get ready to add the eggs, I do bring the skillet off the heat. Now the skillet maintains heat really well. But I do that when I add the eggs to it. They don't get really cooked until I stir them up. So I like them scrambled more than I like them, over easy, over medium. Although I will eat them anyway. Sometimes I do hard boiled, just to change things up. And then early part of this week we did French toast. Just wanted to do something a little bit different. So I got that in there. So what we do is we add another tab of butter. Kind of let that melt in the residual heat. Then we'll get ready to add the eggs and mix them all up. So first of all, thank you for the thumbs up, everybody, and all the YouTube stuff. Thanks for popping in. And we'll do, wake up, Michael. I think Michael's probably taking a nap. I got to give him a hard time about that. I'm going to send him a text real quick. Wake up, Michael. Let me see what we get here. Where, oh, where? Go. Michael has a hard time sleeping at night. So I did tell him about a couple items you can take to help you sleep at night. So one is magnesium. And it's magnesium glycinate. I got this from Dr. Diataniano off of that. And another thing is glycinine. So one of these, and it asks for 2 of these. These will help you fall asleep and help you stay asleep during the night. Now, it won't knock you out. It's not like you're taking a sleeping pill that just knocks you out. But it will help you get a better night's sleep. So I highly recommend it. I take that every evening or every night when I get home from work. And about an hour later, I find myself able to get to sleep. And now I am enjoying, after 60 years, I am enjoying a better night's sleep. Because it's always been difficult for me to fall asleep. Now we're going to pop the eggs in here. And like I said, I always pull it off the heat so they don't start cooking until I want them to. Now usually I'll mix store-bought along with the fresh ones, only because my supplier cannot keep up with my demand. I may need to find a second supplier. So what I did this week is why I stopped at the store because it was cooler out. I'd grab a dozen eggs to bring home. I just picked up 2 dozen from the neighbor. Uh-oh. There we go. And I forgot to bring the egg cartons over to him. I need to do that. And if I don't do that all the time, what will happen, I will run out of eggs. Now, maybe I'll run out of eggs. I will run out of eggs. So here's from the neighbor, the incredible edible egg. And then because I have so much sausages, I don't need to use as many eggs to get the calorie and protein amount. So instead of a dozen, I think I'm going to stop at 9. And that should be plenty. And then later on, I'll take the food bucket out and dump it in the garden. that helps with everything. So I got them all here ready to roll. And as you can see, because I pulled it off the heat, they haven't cooked yet. So that gives me time to put it back on the heat, which is low heat. Get my little stir. It says, we picked this up a long time ago, pretty cool. Can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. I had to quit drinking, or I can't go on tour. Well, at least you're drinking light beer. But a 12-pack probably is more than you need on a daily basis. Could be worse. Could be raining. So now we stir it up. And we do a slow cook. And what I'll do is I'll actually add another tab of butter into it as we're cooking it. And it really makes for some really, really nice, flavorful eggs, in my opinion. Now put the eggs back in here. And let's catch back up. Yeah, so I mean, I like beer, but generally it's only on Saturday, whether I stay home or the missus and I go out. And then, like I said, it's depending on the beer, it's anywhere from 2 to 6 beers. Generally, it's when we're done. I think this weekend we're going to stay home, so it's cheaper for me because it doesn't cost as much. But then when we get home, we make sure that we hydrate and we get some food before we go to bed. So I'm feeling okay by Sunday when I do go work, and I'll be working this Sunday again because it's double time. And I want to do that while it's supposed to be raining. I want to do it while the weather is so-so. So when the weather gets nice, I can afford not to work the OT at time to time. But I did hear you singing. At least you have a singing voice. I don't. Man's got those limitations. And singing is one of them. You absolutely want to stay away from. Oh my, it's just up there. So what was I going to say? So here I got cedar rye bread, which I usually use for sandwiches. So I'm going to make sandwiches here to take to work with me. To save my time. Hopefully I'll still have product to run. I have a big jug of Greek yogurt. And then I think I still have 2 standard Greek yogurts left there at work. So I really won't need to run to the store today because I have plenty of eggs too. And then it's Thursday, so tomorrow will be Friday. Which I'm looking forward to. Let me catch back up here. So anyway, anybody got any questions, go ahead and pop them in chat. Once again, thanks for popping in there. Remember, if you want, you can buy me a protein shake or bacon through the PayPal app, or you can use the super chats, which are always much appreciated, or like, subscribe, share, and all that regular YouTube stuff, which helps support this channel. So I can justify the missus why I'm spending all this time doing this. Plus, it helps keep me in shape, and I motivate other people to get in shape, which is really the win. So shout out to my sponsors. So in Utica, Illinois, it's Illinois. All right, you don't pronounce the S, it's a French thing. Go to the JB Mixes Trading Post. Great place for food, wine, beer, whiskey, dancing, and live music. And it also has a fantastic gift shop, which has the wall of knives. Also has lots of good Alpha Mike Oscar available, and figurines and other cool items leatherware, and patches are really what they're known for. Yeah, gotta watch this guy. I don't know what FD candy means, but be careful with him. He's a trickster. So let's throw our tab of butter in, and I idea to try to stir it often enough so not too much of it sticks to the bottom, but it's going to. It's the nature of the beast. You don't need whining about it. You just kind of keep the eggs moving. Soon it'll be time to serve. You're watching out the yes, I you're not using salt, right? No, don't want to watch it. But she's been told not to. It ruins it. Totally ruins it.
I was the one who watched them though. I did not use it.
Huh? No, I'm just saying if you see me doing it, just tell her Dad said just leave it for. Don't use the salt.
Okay.
But she's been told. Yes. Women. Uh-oh. I wonder if I should answer this. What could it be? What could it be? Sometimes when I'm bored, I do just to mess with them. Then I answer like in a foreign language. Like, hello? Alrighty, here we go. I don't eat candy. Sorry. Yeah, well, I don't know what FD candy's supposed to mean. But I don't eat a lot of candy. I mean, every now and then, if we're on the road and that, the wife will have a Snickers bar. That's about it. I have the healthy candy. I have those Mex Rex protein bars. And the crispy apple pie is my favorite. And it's candy, but it's 30 grams of protein too. But we're not going to say it's not candy. It is. And I have one after I work out. It's kind of my treat for working out really hard. That's about it. Ice cream on occasion. Then every now and then we'll buy a pie. Or she'll make brownies, but it's not an everyday thing, nor should it be. But every now and then you gotta kind of treat yourself. Get the butter there. Get the plates there. And soon it'll be time to serve. So once it gets pretty close to being finished cooking, I actually pull it off the heat because it still will cook for a couple minutes with just the residual heat. So what I look at is when it's just starting to get a little, it's still kind of a little moist, but then I'll pull it out and stir it a few times and let it sit for a few minutes. And usually by that time, it's perfect. So today is probably going to be shoulders and maybe some back. I don't know if I'll do deadlifts because I hate to do deadlifts and squats. I'm really feeling good. I did squats yesterday and my lower back is no issues. Last week when I did them, my lower back was tweaked a little bit, which is something I have to be careful about. So I may just utilize the machines, and then maybe next week, or maybe on the weekend, do some deadlifts. I can actually do those in the yard. I have the trap bar there. Did I tell you, doing the eggs in butter, I think really, and then adding butter while you're cooking it, in my opinion, does add better flavor. And then what I'll do is I'll put the salt and pepper on it after I put it on the plate. Don't really need to do it. Meanwhile, note to self, buy some more Himalayan salt. I forgot last time. Only if I made a list. If only I had something that, I do have one of those things. But now that I don't need to go to the store, it means I get more time to spend lifting. So here is the finished product. Like I said, it's still kind of cooking, and it's in there. So about 6 grams of protein per egg, all 20 amino acids, almost all the minerals and vitamins that you need, except for vitamin C, is all in there. And that's why it's called the incredible edible egg. Regardless of what the government says to you, in my opinion, one of the best foods you can have. Cereal is not good for you. Just telling you. And lied to you. Lying people. Sometimes, all the time. Okay. So my Fairlife milk is the only time of the day I have it, except at night, because I am cutting back on carbs. And then when I don't eat, I can take to work for me for a snack. But my feeling is it won't get ate. So, breakfast is soy. Time for me to go and enjoy my food and the fruits of my labor. Everybody, thanks for coming in. Remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, and have fun. I've already been outside in the sun, which always makes you feel better. Even though it's a little chilly, I still try to get out there and get some sun in. Produces vitamin D, produces endorphins, makes you feel better. And then I will be putting up the video for my workout later on this evening. Hope you pop in there and like, subscribe, make comments. Comments always help too. I appreciate the comments I get. Country Monster doing really well, and Justin and Fat Man, and everybody else that had popped in. Ark Wildman. Yeah, Ark Wildman, if you can maybe put a picture of that number 10 can bacon that you bought so I can see what it looks like. Maybe they have an online service. Kind of interested in that. Everybody have a wonderful day.